perfect.
Nobody's going to recognize you.
No, never do. Never do. Go out every year.
Is it going to be kind of sad not having the Power Rangers make the rounds tomorrow?
Yeah, it'll be a little different, but I'm sure there'll be some surprise, some people that'll surprise us or something, you know. I'm sure these guys will come up with something. It'll be fun. But tonight's great. We have our little kids, but we're having a little fall festival tonight. We were going to have pony rides, but the rain got us. But we got the Dunkin' booth. We got bobbing for apples and cotton candy and funnel cakes and all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun when we get in there. We've got some games that we're playing. And so really fun family night tonight.
Coach Xavier back in pads yet?
He was back in pads today and did well. You know, the plan for him right now is really encouraged with where he is, especially after last night and today. Our plan is for him to be ready to go and try to hold him, but you know, get him back, you know, pregame and all that stuff, and you know, play him if we have to, but really try to hold him. And but he's doing good. Had a good day today.
The other Xavier, I don't think he played last week.
Yeah, we held him his shoulder. He had hurt his shoulder a little bit, and with a little AC sprain the week before, and so similar deal. Could have played him. He was ready to play, but with the way the game was, we just held him out. Just precaution.
How about Denzel?
Denzel's not going to play. Same thing. Just kind of like we were with Xavier. Just give him a little time, a little precaution. Obviously, we've got some depth there, but it's a, you know, when you're dealing with it's not an AC, but it still is a sore shoulder, and just you know, try to get him up and running Monday, you know, full speed ahead.
Coach Justyn Ross had a couple punt returns last week. Was that just giving DK a bit of a break from that, or is that
No, we just been wanting to get him in there, and just hadn't had the opportunity, and just wanted to get him out there, just trying to, you know, have another guy that can go out there and do it. And he's worked on it in practice, and so just wanted to give him a little bit of some live game reps.
These cameras are here to get your response on the name, image, likeness.
Yeah, I don't, you know, I saw the release like everybody else. I didn't know anything about it until after practice last night, but you know, kind of like what I said a couple weeks ago, you know, hopeful that something positive can come from it, but it's really created great conversation, and sounds like that's kind of where they're getting a group of smart people together and figure out, you know, what they need to do to address it, but keep it within the collegiate model and value on education, all those things. So that's really all I know. I don't really know anything else about it, but I think it's a good step. Sounds like you know, they're serious about you know, trying to, like I said, get the right people in the room and figure out what's the parameters or best case to move forward.
I heard your pink jacket. Belk raised $25,000.
Unbelievable. I got to figure out what I'm going to say this week. We keep raising money for the foundation. That's incredible. So I don't know who asked me about my jacket. Somebody, there you go. You raised $25,000 for the All In Foundation and changed somebody's life. Unbelievable.
Got a markup from, what was it, $49.99?
$49 at Belk. And yeah, so it's crazy. That's just so funny. But yeah, they reached out to my brother actually and sent a message, and yeah, I mean, just super cool. They gave $25,000 to the foundation for breast cancer, and it's unbelievable. So I don't know. I'm trying to think about maybe say something nice about Harley Davidson or something this week, or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure out. Larry, you help me think about it, and we'll figure it out. No, that's so funny. Really cool.
Dabo, just curious. I don't know if you saw the story on Hunter Johnson, but his mother got diagnosed with breast cancer a couple weeks ago. Just wanted to see if you had talked to him or if you said anything.
I have not, and I did not know that. I knew that she had something in her past, but I didn't know. This is recent?
A couple weeks ago.
No, I didn't. I have not seen that. I didn't know that. I appreciate you letting me know. I'll definitely reach out to him.
Coach, you had the general speak to the team. What else do you do with the team? Just kind of grow their awareness, especially the younger guys, about just the military heritage of Clemson?
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow, and the general comes in and speaks tomorrow, so that's always kind of how we close out the week, and we'll talk a little bit about, again, the history. Clemson was a military school. These guys sometimes don't know that. Memorial Stadium, the Scroll of Honor. So we just try to educate them a little bit about the history of Clemson, and so I think we were second or third in students killed in action, and maybe us and Texas A&M and maybe Army or somebody. I'm not sure who the third one was, but yeah. So I mean, this has been a very committed school for a long time from a military standpoint. So our heritage is deep, and so it's something that we take time out every year to kind of educate, and we'll do that, kind of close it out tomorrow. Talked a little bit about it on Monday, to kind of set the stage for the week, talk about their personal experiences. There's a lot of these kids whose families military, and then tomorrow we'll kind of wrap it up a little bit.
Ever since that news came out that Larry was talking about, that release about the athletes, my Twitter's been blowing up. People are like, oh, is Dabo going to quit now or go pro? But I think they kind of may have misconstrued your comments, because you said if the players were ever
nobody
paid,
would ever do that. Nobody would ever do that.
But you've always been supportive, if I'm not mistaken, of the athletes being able to get something if they can.
Yeah.
But you're saying, if the school has to pay them a salary, then
I've always said I'm against professionalization of college athletics.
Right.
And the devaluing of education. That's what I've always said. If we professionalize college, then we might as well coach pros. I've always put I'm always for the value of education in the collegiate experience. Always have been. Nothing has changed. But I've always said I am 100% for ways to modernize the collegiate model, modernize the scholarship. Love the fact that we got a stipend. Somebody said one time I was against it. I've never been against a stipend. I think stipend should have been more, to be a matter of fact. I'm for all of those things, but that's really it. So I think, like I said, I think it's a positive that there's going to be some conversation, but I'm for the collegiate model. I'm 100% for the collegiate model and the value of education. That's never going to change with me. Our country needs that, and these kids need that for sure. And so, I think there's a way to make it all work, and in a really positive way. Somebody really asked my opinion. If they ever did, I'd be happy to share it with them. I think there's lots of ways that you could capitalize and make it better for everyone and keep it equitable. And again, within the collegiate model. So, it's a very complicated thing, but that's why you got some smart people that are getting together, and again, great conversation. I don't see anything negative about it at all. Now, as it sits right now with no parameters, it's not good, in my opinion, but there's going to be some great discussion and great things that I think will come out of it that's going to be awesome for the student athlete. And so, we'll see what happens.
Is one of the ideas you would like to tie in it to graduation?
Oh yeah. That's something I've said forever. I think again the emphasis has to be on education. I think that's a foundation of our country, and I just think that if you devalue that, it's a mistake. So I do think, whatever people come up with, but there's got to be some type of parameters. But the thing that I've always said I wish there was a fund or whatever to where, when you graduate, then you have opportunity to get something. What that something is, who knows? Smarter people can figure out what that is. I don't know, but I just think that I think it's going to be good. I really do. I think it's going to be a real positive. Because again, it's going to be really great conversation, and you're going to have people get together and figure out a way to because it's already great. It's, people that don't say it's great, they don't really understand the changes that have happened over the last 5 years, much less the last 20 years. but it still can be a lot better. There's still so many things that I think that could be better, from travel to things for parents. You know, obviously maybe an increase in the stipend. And you know, all that stuff will eventually, I'm sure they'll talk about anything and everything, and it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out over the next year or so. But when it's all said and done, I think the collegiate model will be preserved, and the student athlete experience will be enhanced, which will be great.
Coach, more importantly, Game 7 is tonight. Who do you like, the Stros and the Nats?
Well, I like both of them, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna have to go with the Nats, just simply because I got to see them in person, and I got to meet their manager and got to meet some of their players. When they played the Brewers when we were up there watching the Brewers play. That's who they were playing with, the Nats. So got a chance to visit with a lot of them in their locker room, and nice group. Coach was a great guy. So I got to go with the Nats.
Just don't tell Deshaun that.
Yeah, I won't tell Deshaun.
And your favorite candy bar for Halloween?
Ooh, man, I love Twix. Twix are good. I love, I love Baby Ruth still, and I don't really ever get one, but I like Mr. Goodbars with the nuts. I think that's the only way Mr. Goodbars come, with peanuts.
So makes them a good bar.
There's not many candy bars I don't like. So.
All right.